Yo, what is going on, guys? So on today's episode, we have a funny one for you here today. We have modern women who are trying to date after divorce. So let's jump right into it. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
I ended it, you guys. The new boyfriend that I had, we've been dating for about 8 weeks, and I ended it a couple days ago. I'm not sure, I didn't want to talk about it because I'm just holding so much guilt over it, but the whole intention of this page was for me to have a place to share an unhinged healing journey, and it's simply part of it.
Anytime you hear a woman say the word healing journey, guys, just run for the hills, okay? These women are absolutely not worth it. They will continue to throw out relationship after relationship because the man does not meet their expectations and they feel like they deserve more than they actually do. Okay, but guys, at the end of the day, I'm not complaining because we won't ever run out of content here on this channel because every single modern woman who fails at dating seems to treat their TikTok like it's their personal therapist. Let's continue.
I'm not sure. I'll follow up with more of the why. There was nothing catastrophic, no event, anything like that. It was just this snowball effect, if you will, as weeks kind of went on, and the realization he was the first person I've actually really truly dated since my divorce. And so I haven't experienced what it's like to be in a relationship where you're falling in love and considering each other on a daily basis and adding that kind of layer to my life. And
right, so this woman divorced her husband. She goes back here out into the dating market, and the end of the story here is that she wants to spend more time screwing around before she gets into a relationship. Modern women have this very funny habit of trying to word things a lot more pleasant than they actually are, right? So she gets on here, she starts talking about a snowball effect and, considering the other person and all of this kind of crap. But it's all just a translation for, I want to go out there and see more bad boys. I haven't been with enough random men yet in order to settle down and to have a relationship again. It's absolutely disgusting to me, guys, that someone's wife, this is what someone's wife used to be. Right? So you have a dude who married this woman, and then, within a very short amount of time, she doesn't even want to leave the streets. She goes back to the streets, and she's just some random dude's one-night stand, one after the other. This is why, again, men don't like to marry modern women. This is the result of that. Plus, they lose their money and their children in the process, too.
I felt constantly conflicted. I felt torn. I felt like living in two worlds. I felt like I was only half of me in everything I was doing.
You guys ever notice how none of this just makes any sense whatsoever? You see, this is not how sane people talk, right? This is not how people talk when what they're trying to do isn't disgusting. Oh, I feel like I'm in two halves and I'm just like, I'm this magician from another dimension. This is all I'm hearing. I'm hearing complete nonsense here. Complete and utter nonsense.
I felt torn. I felt like living in two worlds. I felt like I was only half of me in everything I was doing. Ugh, that's really what it is. I couldn't do it all. There were so many days I just said to myself, like, I physically, I can't have it all. And you know what? Sometimes we can't have our cake and eat it too. And I realized, like, I don't have a lot of room for really serious committed dating right now. I don't have a lot of room from a time perspective. I don't have a lot of room mentally. I don't have a lot of capacity or tolerance for variability right now. I'm still somewhat fresh out of my divorce, and I've got 3 kids, 50-50. I've got a full-time job. I self-manage a portfolio of rental properties. I'm a real estate agent. I got a lot going on, and I want to be in love. I want that partnership.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
What I struggle with personally is I'm so passionate. I want to be super intentional and involved in everything I do. I want to be a really good mother. I want to be a really good employee. I want to be a really good partner.
See, this is the part of the video, guys, when if you start to dig logically into what they're saying, it stops making sense very, very quickly. Okay, how many times have we heard this on the channel? Oh, I want to be a good mother. I want to be the best possible person that I can be for my kids. And then you look at their situation and they've just divorced the husband. I mean, if you were trying to consider your kids, divorce would probably be one of the last things on the table. So we've checked that one off there. Now, the reason why she says, and again, right, continue to dig in logically here. So she says that she wants to find love and she wants to be in love because she's just super passionate. Again, she decided to throw away her husband. So there's that one, mark number one. Number two, she ended the next relationship that she decided to have. So there's that one gone. You see, modern women, guys, again, they have this habit of saying one thing and then doing the complete and utter opposite. Okay, this is why they want to remove your judgment as a man. Oh, you're not allowed to judge me. Don't think too hard about this, men, because they want you to be able to look at them, accept them, and look after them, despite the amount of mistakes that they have clearly made in their life. I think it's very important for men to judge women like this. Okay, this is not someone who's dating material. This is a woman who is divorced. She's strong and independent. She's focused on her career, and she has 3 kids. Amazing stuff here. Really good dating prospect for men.
And I want to be a good landlord. I want to, I just, there were days that I'm just like, I can't, I just cannot do it all. And I was feeling very overwhelmed with just trying to keep everybody happy and trying to give part of me to everybody. And what I really, really lost along the way was
herself.
Giving to myself.
Ah, so true, Queen. So true. So I just love this, okay? At the end of the day, what we need to do is focus more on ourselves. You know, this would be a fine line of thinking, guys, okay? I'm not against these women. Hey, go out there, have your career, work hard at your job, okay? But then they say, oh, I want to focus on myself. Maybe you shouldn't be focusing on yourself if you're a mother, right? If you're a parent, as soon as you have kids, guys, I don't have children, okay? But my understanding, or at least what makes sense to me, is that when you have kids, life is no longer about yourself. When you enter into a marriage, life is no longer about yourself. That's just the way I've always viewed it. Now, if you want to make your life all about yourself, here's a thought. Don't get married and don't have kids. Really not a hard concept to understand, guys. It's amazing to me how these women are like, yeah, I've just got to put myself first. And what that really means is I just need to find myself in random dudes' beds. All of this fluffy language, all of this, you know, framing it like it's something pleasant. Let's call it for what it is, okay? Them putting themselves first is them putting themselves with random men that they find on dating applications.
I don't know, you know, I think I know why, but I really need alone time, and I wasn't getting anything. Like, I wasn't getting any alone time, and by the time I did, I would just be zonked out from exhaustion, tired, and I just realized, you guys, this stuff is hard. I'll share more with you, but it's still pretty fresh, so yeah. Dating after divorce. Be careful what you wish for.
I think I can answer this question without being too disrespectful to him. I just don't like to share too many details out of respect, but
Yeah, out of respect, she doesn't like to share too many details, but at the same time, we have a TikTok account dedicated to her divorce woes, okay? So the question she's answering here, for those of you guys who aren't watching the screen, someone replied to her previous video where she said that she divorced her husband and all that, and he said the following. So was he too nice with all the flowers, the plants, the gifts? It's obvious he was a yes man. Was it the thrill of the chase and it was too easy for you? Should he have been a little elusive? Now, the thing is, asking modern women this question will never go down well because they'll never admit to crap like this, okay? But the fact of the matter is that as a man, unfortunately, these days, especially with modern women, you can be too nice. Okay, niceness back in the day used to be a fantastic quality for men. But unfortunately, if you're a nice guy these days, you get treated like absolute garbage. This doesn't mean don't be a good person. This doesn't mean don't be a good man, okay? But unfortunately, guys, these days, if you're a nice dude, if you get women all these gifts, especially up front, they treat you like you're a pushover. They don't respect it. So, this doesn't really work well with women demanding chivalry from men, as you can imagine. But ironically enough, all of the women chase dudes who don't give them chivalry up front anyway. Funny how that works. Let's take a listen to her response.
It says, was he too nice with all the flowers, the plants, the gift? It's obvious that he was a yes man. Was it the thrill of the chase and it was too easy for you? Should he have been a little elusive? No, that's not what the catalyst was. It really just boils down to, we saw each other so much. Like, we were just so excited and loving it. And I take full responsibility for this. I was giving him, and I did tell him this, but I was giving him more time than I could have ever sustained. There were weeks that I was spending 5 nights with him, and I've only known him for 8 weeks. So we went on a weekend getaway. Every night that I didn't have my kids, I was letting him come here, or I would go there. And a couple weeks in, I just hit this wall. Like, I have got all these stuff. Like, my life has a bunch of responsibility, and I was neglecting it. I was 100% neglecting it. I had like 2 rentals getting ready to turn over, and we have really tight turnover here. Like, we never have vacancies. So as soon as somebody moves out, like 3 days later, somebody else is moving in, and they're usually trying to get in early. So I, suggested, hey, do you want to help come clean this? Like, I'd love to just hang out with you, but I can't, like, I got to get this done. And he didn't want to do that. But, so it became this thing where I said, well, I'm going to have to start taking some time back. Like, I have this list of stuff I'm getting overwhelmed. I need to get done. And he was okay with that. He said, I totally understood. It was fine. But
I'm just going to pause it here because I'm getting bored as hell. Women will oftentimes give these, particularly divorced women, dating coaches, or all of these characters on the internet, will give you very long explanations for such simple things. Okay, she probably got bored, and she probably wanted to go date other people. Okay, again, guys, watch what they do, not what they say, because if you watch what they say, you'll be here for like half an hour at a time. You'll say them you'll ask them a simple question: should he have been more elusive? And then she goes no, and then goes into this whole ramble about a bunch of nonsense and about how it was about her time, and nobody cares at the end of the day, number one. And number two, it's oftentimes wildly inaccurate, guys. If you are a man and you have ever gone out here dating, you will know exactly what I'm talking about here, where women will give you this whole spiel about why relationships end and all of this kind of crap. And 99.9% of the time, it's just nonsense. It actually doesn't apply to it doesn't make sense, right? I think she probably got bored of this guy and she wanted to return to the streets, or she realized maybe he wasn't making enough money if she wanted something serious down the line. One of those two things is typically how it goes.
Just like this week, with 4th of July, I had my kids, and I could just sense, like, I don't want to share too much, but I'll just say there was a comment made that, he likes fireworks, but he didn't watch them because it's not the same all alone. And I just felt so bad. Like, I felt so guilty that here I am with my 3 kids and enjoying fireworks while he doesn't get to. And like, I felt like a responsibility for that. And at the end of the day, I was feeling like constantly conflicted and guilty. So no, the flowers, the plants, the gifts, the like actually, being super thoughtful was probably what made it last for 8 weeks.
Yeah, guys, keep up the attention, keep up the flowers, keep up the gifts. So what? She'll dump you in 8 weeks, guys. Just keep that attention coming. And this is the lie that I really don't like, is she says that this prolonged the relationship, okay? I really, really doubt this crap, guys. If you watch modern women date, and you sit down and you take a look at who they're dating, how long they're dating for, I mean, the men that these women are obsessed with never get them flowers. Are not out here giving them gifts. And if they do, it'll be like once in a blue moon on and it'll just and it's just to confuse the hell out of the woman. He doesn't actually mean it. He probably was like, oh yeah, I'll get her some flowers. This will throw her for a loop. And then he gives her the flowers and she's attached for another 6 months. Okay? Like, please, guys, really be careful buying into this crap, because modern women will try and get your attention for free. They will try and get your gifts. They will try and get your attention. I mean, everybody knows this, okay? Women love to create texting pals out of men. They'll never have any intention of meeting up with you or hanging out or going on a date even, but they'll for sure be your pen pal. Don't get caught in this trap of modern women telling you that all of this stuff is, yeah, keep it up. That was the reason why we were together. Oh, hell no. You want to know what makes women attracted to you, guys? Going to the gym would be a great start. Making money is also another good start. Being tall is another good start. I mean, none of the stuff that they ever actually mention is probably the best place to start.
I am just, maybe in my younger years, the thrill of the chase, but now I'm just like, I don't got time for that. I'm
going to play that back. Now that she's older and she's divorced, she doesn't have time for the thrill of the chase. This was all great back in the day, but now she's 30 plus years of age and she's divorced, guys. Don't play the games anymore.
I am just, maybe in my younger years, the thrill of the chase, but now I'm just like, I don't got time for that. I will say this. I'll leave it at this. I do think there are really two kinds of people. There are men and women out there who really want that relationship where that's the majority of them. Like, their relationship is them, and then they may do a couple things together outside the relationship. I am at a different state of life now where I feel like I am getting a lot of my independence back. I felt like over my marriage, I lost all of my friendships. I had no hobbies. I had not anything outside the marriage. And I don't ever want to go back there. And I want to build my relationships. I built so many friendships back, and it is so fun. And I adore them all, and hobbies. And then I also just realized how much time alone helps me heal and get things done. And so I'm at a stage now where I think the kind of person I need is probably just as busy as me, and that we just enjoy, little phone chats maybe once or twice a day, possibly. I don't know. And maybe we spend like one day together. I don't know yet. I actually can't even think about it. But no, it definitely isn't because of those things he was doing. It was just the difference in our lifestyle and me unable to give the kind of time that he probably wanted and deserved.
Yeah, guys, the old classic it's not you, it's me spiel. This is fantastic. This is like a masterclass in complete nonsense, okay? But this woman seems to have an entire TikTok channel dedicated towards this. I mean, there are still a few more videos here I could have covered today. This is going to be the end of today's episode. But unfortunately, I don't have time right now. Oh my goodness, she even has one here. Hardest part of dating. It just goes on and on. Fantastic stuff. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments here today. What do you think of modern women who are trying to date after divorce? Also, don't forget to go and check out Ministry of Masculinity. I'm going to leave his channel linked in the pinned comment. He's the one that sent me today's clips, guys. So make sure you go and check his channel out. And as always, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.